गणानां त्वा गणपतिं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पतान् शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनं श्रीमहागणाधिपतये नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। Om. Dear friends, we were reading the Bhashyam under the Shloka 48. So we have been seeing that when Krishna said Sahajam karma sadoshamapi na tyajet, then that was very eagerly and very happily taken up by the Mimamsaka, who felt that Lord Krishna is validating his position that karma cannot be left, karma cannot be renounced. So for that, Shankaracharya, he is now explaining the whole thing in the proper context. The proper context is Mimamsaka has a point of view that karma cannot be left, whereas Vedanti says that Vedanti's contention ultimately is that karma can be left by a jnani, but karma cannot be left by an ajnani. So that is the Vedantin's position. So to arrive at that, we are going through various as I said, there is a lot of battle between Mimamsaka and Sankhya and Vaisheshika, etc., etc. So all that we have seen. So in the last class we were seeing the argument between the Vedanti and the Vaisheshika. The Vaisheshika system is Asatkaryavada. That is, the Karyam does not pre-exist in the Karana. That is, effect does not pre-exist in the cause. So that is the Asatkaryavada. So his contention was that these dvyanukadinam dravyanam, this dvyanuka etc., etc., swakaranena samavaya lakshanena sambandhena, even say this dvyanuka, before it was formed, there was a pragabhava. So pragabhava means a total non-existence. So something which is totally non-existent comes into contact with its karana, and then samavaya, asamavaya, nimitta karana, with all those factors, with all those factors it comes into existence. That is something which is improbable. That is what is contention of Vedanti. And then the Vaisheshika was saying, asatopi samavaya lakshana sambandhaha na viruddhaha. Even for asat, asat means something which was asat before its existence. Utpatteha prag asat. Utpatteha prag asat. That is something which was non-existent before it came into existence. Even for that samavaya lakshana sambandha, it is okay, we can say that. Then Vedanti said, no, it cannot be said so, because Vandhyaputradinam adarshanath. So you can't apply the same thing to Vandhyaputra. You say that for the pragabhava of ghata only, that line also we read, ghatadereva pragabhavasya swakarana sambandha bhavati. That is, this pragabhava of ghata only. Pragabhava means that anterior non-existence of ghata only will have contact with its swakarana, that is paramanu, and not in the case of Vandhyaputra. Vandhyaputra, what is the karana for Vandhyaputra? His mother, anyway, Vandhya. So Vandhyaputra, before coming into existence, he will also have contact with his mother. That samavaya sambandha or some such sambandha will have to be established. If you are accepting pragabhava, if you are accepting relationship between the non-existence of a ghata, pragabhava of a ghata, with the karana, you should also accept the contact or combination, contact of the pragabhava of Vandhyaputra with his mother, with his karana, that is a mother. So that is again ridiculous, it is not possible. So that is what we said. You see, Vandhyaputrasya na Vandhyaputrasyadehe abhavasya tulya Vandhyaputrasyadehe putradehe abhavasya tulyatvepi, because abhava is something which is common to both of them. Abhava is common, that ghata pragabhava is also is equal to Vandhyaputra pragabhava. So when both are equal, then how can you distinguish them? So that is what he said. And we were also seeing, we also saw that sarva, this pragabhava, pradvamsa bhava, itaretara bhava iti na kenasid vishesho darshayitum shakyaha. There cannot be any distinction between one type of abhava and another type of abhava. Abhava after all is abhava. Then asaticha visheshe, this is the last line we were reading. Asaticha visheshe घटस्य प्रागभाव एव कुलालादिभिः घटभावम् आपद्यते. घटस्य प्रागभाव एव. So you see, asati cha visheshe means when there is no distinguishing factor, there is no distinguishing factor, there is no speciality or there is no unique reason. While that is so, ghatasya pragabhava eva kulaladihi ghatabhavam apadyate. So ghatasya pragabhava is being contrasted with this pradvamsa bhava. So your Vaisheshika is saying this pragabhava of a ghata will have contact with the karana, that is paramanu. Or kapala, as in the case of ghata, it is called kapala. Kapala, the karanam for the say ghatam. So that will have contact, and you are not say accepting the same in the case of pradvamsa bhava. You are accepting this contact in the case of pragabhava. You are not accepting in the case of pradvamsa bhava. So that is the line we read in the last class. Asati cha visheshe ghatasya pragabhava eva कुलालादिभिः घटभावम् आपद्यते. घटभावम् आपद्यते means it comes into existence as a ghata. घटभावम् आपद्यते, it attains the status of a ghata. Then sambadhyate cha bhavena kapalakyena swakaranena, it also gets related to or gets into contact with. Sambadhyate means establishes sambandha, establishes a contact with what? With bhavena, with a bhava padartha, with something which is sat padartha. And what is that sat padartha? Kapala khyena, that which is called kapala. And what is that kapala? Swakarana, it is its own cause from which this ghata comes into existence. Then sambadhasya vyavahara yogyasya bhavati, and having established contact it becomes vyavahara yogyam, that is usable object. Vyavahara yogya means it becomes a usable functional object bhavati. Then natu ghatasyaiva pradvamsa bhavaha.
Here we have to read.
Achha, this we have to read. Natu ghatasyaiva pradvamsa bhavaha.
Natu ghatasyaiva pradvamsa bhavaha.
Abhavatve satyapi iti.
Abhavatve satyapi iti.
So the Vedanti is questioning the Vaisheshika. You are saying that the pragabhava of a ghata can establish contact with the karana. Why not pradvamsa bhava? Because both abhavas are one and the same. Pragabhava of a ghata can establish some contact with the paramanu or with the kapala, which is the karana. Why not pradvamsa bhava? So that is what it is. Natu ghatasyaiva, for the same ghata, pradvamsa bhavaha, it has to be linked to pradvamsa bhavaha swakaranena sambadhyate. Pradvamsa bhava, how can you say that it will not establish contact with the karana? Is it clear?
Yes.
You are saying that pragabhava of a ghata will establish contact with the karana. Why not we say that pradvamsa bhava of the ghata also can establish contact, because abhava is same. When abhava is 0, 10 into 0 is the same as 20 into 0. When you say that a 10 into 0 is able to do something, why not you say 20 into 0? Okay, this is a better example. When 10 into 0 can have contact with this paramanu, why can't this 20 into 0 have this contact with paramanu? So that is the line. So, pradvamsa, natu ghatasyaiva pradvamsa bhavaha, abhavatve satyapi. Abhavatve satyapi means, though it is also an abhava. Abhavatve satyapi, though it is also abhava, why can't that establish contact? Then, pradvamsa bhavanam.
Pradvamsadya bhavanam.
Okay, pradvamsadya bhavanam, correct. Pradvamsadya bhavanam.
Pradvamsadya bhavanam.
Na kvachid vyavahara yogyatvam.
Na kvachid vyavahara yogyatvam.
Pragabhavasyaiva.
Pragabhavasyaiva.
Dvyanukadi dravyakhyasya.
Dvyanukadi dravyakhyasya.
Utpatyadi vyavahararhatvam.
Utpatyadi vyavahararhatvam.
Ityetad asamanjasam.
Ityetad asamanjasam.
Abhavatva avisheshat.
Abhavatva avishesha.
Atyanta pradvamsa bhavayoriva.
Atyanta pradvamsa bhavayoriva.
Bhavayoriva. Okay. All abhavas are equal. So that is what is the point. You see, pradvamsa bhavanam na kvachid vyavahara yogyatvam. After a part is destroyed, that is called pradvamsa bhava. For that pradvamsa bhava, there is no vyavahara yogyatvam. It is no longer functional. And pragabhavasyaiva, and you say that for that pragabhava, dvyanukadi dravyakhyasya utpatyadi vyavahararhatvam. So for this Pragabhava, you are saying that it can establish contact with this Venuka, and then it will also have what is this? Utpatti. It will also come into existence. Utpatyadi, Vyavahara, Arhatvam. It will attain the status. It will attain the status of becoming a functional object. It attains the status of becoming a very useful object. Vyavahara Yogyatvam. So it will be useful for any day-to-day Vyavahara. So that is it. Vyavahara Yogyatvam. Ityetad asamanjasam. That is something which is ridiculous. Asamanjasam is which is inappropriate. It doesn't fit in. Asamanjasa. Asamanjasa is something which is inappropriate, something which is illogical. Why? Abhavatva avisheshat. Because abhavatva is same. It is not, there is no speciality in that abhava. Abhavatva avisheshat. There is no speciality, there is no distinguishing factor between this abhava and that abhava. Abhavatva avisheshat. Atyanta pradvamsa bhavayoriva. It is something similar to atyanta bhava and also pradvamsa bhava. Praga bhava is the same as atyanta bhava is the same as pradvamsa bhava. So that is 10 into 0 is the same as 0 is the same as 20 into 0. So that is what is the point here. So then now the Purvapaksha of another Satkaryavadi is taken up. Satkaryavadi is, who is this Satkaryavadi? Sankhya. Satkaryavadi means Karya is something which pre-exists in the Karana. Though Sankhyas were discussed earlier, we are again taking up the same point. Not same point, associated point. Nanu naiva asmabhihi pragabhavasya bhavapattiruchyate. So this particular line, by some people, by some commentators, it is taken as the continued Purvapaksha of Vaisheshika. But this particular sub-commentator Bellamkonda Ramaraya Kavi, he takes it as the Purvapaksha of a Sankhya. Because Sankhya is the person who is telling Satkaryavada. It is not Vaisheshika. So this particular gentleman, he says, this sub-commentator says, Evam asatkaryavade dushite sati labdhavakashasan satkaryavadi pratyagatya. He is coming forward. Satkarya. Once this fellow is knocked out, once this, who is this man? Asatkaryavadi. Once that Asatkaryavadi is knocked out, this Satkaryavadi is coming forward. So that is what this commentator writes. So from this line, it is the Purvapaksha of the Satkaryavadi, that is Sankhya. Nanu naivasmabhi pragabhavasya bhavapattiruchyate. Okay, you have dismissed that fellow. Now you fight with me. So that is the tendency, that is the tone. You have dismissed Vaisheshika. We don't say that asmabhihi pragabhavasya bhavapattihi uchyate. We don't say that pragabhava is becoming a bhava. So that is what this Purvapakshi, this Sankhya is saying. We don't say that something non-existent is coming into existence. Then Siddhanti says, then if that is so, then you are saying that one bhava becomes another bhava. One bhava, already one bhava is becoming another bhava. Bhavasyaiva hi tarhi bhavapattihi.
Bhavasyevahi tarhi bhavapattihi.
Yatha ghatasya ghatapattihi.
Yatha ghatasya ghatapattihi.
Patasya va patapattihi. Just as a part becomes a part and a cloth becomes a cloth, you are saying that something which is existing already comes into existence. How can it be accepted? Etadapi abhavasya bhavapattivadeva pramana viruddham. It is equally absurd, it is equally illogical, because this is something similar to abhavasya abhavat bhavotpatti iva. Etadapi abhavasya bhavapattivat, it is as illogical as saying that abhava is becoming a bhava. You are saying bhava is becoming a bhava, whereas the earlier gentleman said abhava is becoming a bhava. That is also illogical and this is also illogical. So that is what he says. Abhavasya bhavapattivat eva pramana viruddham. Sankhyasyapi yah parinama pakshaha सोपि अपूर्व धर्मोत्पत्ति विनाशांगीकरणात् वैशेषिक पक्षान् न विशिष्यते. Okay, Sankhya parinama pakshaha. Whereas this Sankhya's, what do they say? Prakriti parinamavadi. Sankhya is He is not saying that Ghata is becoming a Ghata. He is saying that this Moola Prakriti is there. In that Prakriti, this Parinama is taking place. As a result of that Parinama, like something like Darwin's evolution, theory of evolution, of this Prakriti Parinama, this is becoming, this Murti is becoming Ghata. The Prakriti has, initially that Moola Prakriti has become these 5 elements, and from these 5 elements, this Tanmatras, etc. From those Tanmatras, the being has come into, the sentient being has come into existence. Then the other Mahabhutas are there, Pancha, Sthula Bhutas are there. From that, all other, say, insentient things have come into existence. So all these things, this is how he narrates a long line of evolution, isn't it? So this Parinama Pakshaha, Sopi Apurva Dharmotpatti Vinashangi Karanat. That is, what are the implications of that Parinamavada? There is something called Apurva. Clay is becoming a pot. Clay, a pot which was not there earlier. Apurva means which was not there earlier. Apurva, which was not there earlier. Apurva Dharma. So the properties of Ghata are different from the property of clay. Apurva Dharma. Utpatti Vinasha. It is appearing and it is also disappearing. There is an appearance and also disappearance of something. Apurva Dharma. Utpatti Vinasha Angikaranat. Vaisheshika Pakshat na Vishishyate. It is also not different from the Vaisheshika Paksha. It is also not different from Vaisheshika Paksha. Here, of course, the subcommentator has given a beautiful comment. All this fight between this Vedanti and other people, what is the ultimate motive? The ultimate motive he is explaining. You see, these people, they want to show that this karma is something which is inbuilt in Atma. Karma is something which is inbuilt, which is something which is inseparable from the individual, from the being. Whereas Vedanti wants to show that karma is something which belongs to the gunas. Guna guneshu vartante. Karma is something which belongs to gunas. Karma does not belong to Atma. Atma is something which is Shuddha. It has nothing, no connectivity with anything. So this is by ignorance it is attributed on the Atma. So that is what the Vedanta is going to say. So that is the question which Shankar, this gentleman Bellamkonda Ramarai Kavi is raising. I will read out this line. Evam Satkaryavada Dushanat Kim Te Phalamiti Cheduchyate. What is the use? Why are we taking pains to say refute these Sankhya's, Vaisheshikas, etc., etc.? Say Uchyate, it is being said, Utpatte Prak Atma Vasuni Kriya Asti iti. So before thing comes into existence, if you accept that in this Atma there is what is called Kriya, there is what is called Kriya in this Atma Vastu, Kriya Asti iti, Satkriyasya Atmanaha Karmanam Asheshataha Tyaga Asambhavaha. You see, if you accept that there is Kriya in that Atma before it comes into existence, then Atma is which is Sakriya. Sakriyasya Atmanaha Karmanam Asheshatasyaga Asambhavaha. It will be theoretically impossible to give up all the tasks. It will be theoretically impossible to give up all the actions, isn't it? So that is why Ityevam rupas satkaryavadi hridayasya nirmodanameva nirbhedanameva phalam. You are hitting on his chest. That is what he says. By hitting that argument, you are hitting on the chest of that satkaryavadi who says that this karyam is something which is born along with that Atma. So whereas we say that Atma is not born and Atma is unconnected with all these things. So that is the point here. Asti nirbhedanameva phalam. Evam satkaryavade arambhavadam dushayitva parinamavadam dushayiti. So he explains. So this satkaryavada and asatkaryavada are discussed here and refuted. Why? Basically to show that Kriya is not something which is inbuilt in Atma. Kriya is not Kriya or Karma is not something which is built into Atma. Atma is a Shuddha Vastu. So that is the point. Then let us read the next line. Parinama niru vishishyate. Next line. Abhivyakti tirobhavaangikaranephi.
Abhivyakti tirobhavaangikaranephi.
Angikaranephi. Abhivyakti tirobhavayoho.
Abhivyakti tirobhavayoho.
Vidyamanatva avidyamanatva nirupane.
Vidyamanatva avidyamanatva nirupane.
Purvavadeva pramana virodhaha.
Purvavadeva pramana virodhaha.
So for this Abhivyakti and Tirobhava. Abhivyakti means appearing, coming to existence. Tirobhava means disappearing. Ghata comes into existence from clay, and then when it is broken, it goes out of existence. It goes out of appearance. So appearance and disappearance of an object. So abhivyakti tirobhava angikaranepi, even if we accept it, so then abhivyakti tirobhavayoho vidyamana avidyamanatva nirupane, to explain or justify the presence of that vidyamanatvam and avidyamanatvam, it is as illogical as the previous ones. Because the question, of course, the commentator raises this question. Suppose you say that something is born. Can we say that it was there even utpattehe prak? Was it there or not? Utpattehe prak, it was not there. Then if you say that utpattehe prak, it was there, then where is the question of again coming into existence? Where is the question of its again coming into existence? If you say that Ghatam is already there, then where is the question of again coming into existence? So all these logical difficulties will be there. So, and if you say that it was not there, then you are also in line with this Vaisheshika who is Asatkaryavadi. So it is illogical. Your argument that say this Abhivyakti, Tirobhava, etc., this is illogical. So that is what he says. Pramana Virodha. Yetena Karanasyaiva Samsthanam Utpatyadi Ityetadapi Pratyuktam. Okay, etena, by this argument, Karanasyeva samsthanam utpatyadi. This is another argument. Karanasyeva samsthanam. Samsthanam means some sort of structural difference. Karana is there. By undergoing some small structural variation, it becomes the karyam. That is it. Samsthana vishesha. Samsthana means a structure. Samsthana, you say samsthan, you say some samsthan, so and so, Telugu samsthan, Hindi samsthan, is some establishment, let us say. So karanasyaiva samsthanam utpatyadi, that is this karana itself, by restructuring itself, it is becoming some say karyam. That also is pratyuktam, because you can't explain this what is this abhivyakti and tirobhava. This abhivyakti and tirobhava of a karya cannot be logically explained in this particular say school. So that is it. So the basic point here is, if we agree with these Sankhyas, we will be agreeing that this Kriya, no, one second, let me see. If we agree with these Sankhyas, we will be agreeing that this Kriya is something which is also inbuilt in the Atma. So Atma gets manifested. So this commentator writes, I will read out the commentator. Ayam bhavaha, this is the meaning. Utpattehe pragapi, karaka vyaparavashat shushme anabhivyakte ghata jayam utpadyate kimasti utanasti adya utpattehe prageva satah punarutpatya yoga. Okay, this I will read out. Karaka vyaparavashat सूक्ष्मे अनभिव्यक्ते घटे जायमानः अभिव्यक्ति रूपस्य धर्मः किम उत्पद्यते प्राग किम उत्पत्तेः प्राग अस्ति उत नास्ति. So by the karaka vyapara, that is by the kulala, danda, chakra and all those things, by all those things, some anabhivyakta ghata, some ghatam which was not pre-existing, it comes into existence. So the question is, kim utpatteः prag asti va nava? Whether was it existing before its appearance or it was not? When you say that utpatteः prageva asti, punaha utpatya yogaha, when you say that it was there, then there is no question of it coming out again, coming into existence again. Dvitiyetu asatkaryavada prasangaha. When you say that it is not there, then you are falling in line with this asatkaryavadi. Then another line also he says, Sankhya bhimata parinama bhipagametu atmani anabhivyktaya sushma rupena vartamana kriya. Okay. Here it is. This line I could not locate earlier. Sankhya abhimata parinama paksha bhipagame. If you accept this parinamavada of these Sankhyas, atmani anabhivyaktaya sukshma rupena vartamana kriya. This kriya is something which is existing in this Atma in a very, very concealed form. Anabhivyaktaya Sukshma Rupena. This Kriya is existing in Atma in a concealed form, and because of this Kaladi Vashat, by virtue, by passage of time, or because of this Karaka, various Kriya, Karaka, etc., it is coming into existence. So Kriya is there, inbuilt, it is there in a concealed manner, and because of certain factors it is coming out. So that is what we have to accept if you accept this Sankhyavada. So this is the line I was trying to locate. Sankhyabhimata Parinama Paksha Bhyupagametu Atmani Abhivyaktataya Anabhivyaktataya Sukshma Rupena Vartamana Kriya. This Kriya which is there, which is not manifest and which is latent, rather, this is a better word, which is latent in that Atma, it is coming out. Kriya which is latent in that Atma which is coming out. So that is what is his argument. So that argument is now Pratyuktam. That also we cannot accept. Then now we are coming to the conclusion. Now this fighting is almost over. Parisheshyat Sad Ekameva Vastu
Sat Ekamiva Vastu
Avidyaya Utpatti Vinashadi Dharmaihi
Avidyaya Utpatti Vinashadibihi Dharmaihi
Anekatha Natavad Vikalpyate iti.
Anekatha Natavat Vikalpyate iti.
Okay, Parisheshyat. Parisheshan Nyayam we know. Parisheshyat means by excluding all these things. Once you exclude all these people, then what remains? The hero only remains, isn't it? When he hits all the villains, then hero only remains. Parisheshyat, that is by excluding all other arguments. Sat Ekameva Vastu, there is only one Vastu which is Sat, which is never changing, which does not undergo any change. That particular Vastu, Avidyaya, by sheer ignorance, by this, adhyasa, superimposition, Utpatti Vinashadi Dharmaihi. So because of this avidya, it is appearing as though there is something is appearing, something is say disappearing, etc., etc. So now we are coming to this this vada, that all this is something which is an appearance. It is a vivarta. We are now coming to this vivarta vada. Now Sankhya is Parinama vada, Satkarya vada, which is also associated with Parinama. Whereas Vedanti talks about Vivartavada, Sad Vivartavada. Then Sad Ekameva Vastu, Avidyaya Utpatti Vinashadi Dharmaihi, with all these qualities like Utpatti and Vinasha, Anekadha Natavad Vikalpyate. Just as an actor puts on different roles on different dates and times, so this is Ekameva Vastu, it appears in different ways. Idam Bhagavatam Uktam, Idam Bhagavatam Matamuktam,
Idam Bhagavatam Matamuktam,
Nasato Vidyate Bhava,
Nasato Vidyate Bhava,
Ityasmin Shloke,
Ityasmin Shloke,
Sat Pratyayasya Avyabhicharat,
Sat Pratyayasya Vyabhicharat Avyabhicharat cha.
No. Sat Pratyayasya Avyabhicharat. Read out the whole. Sat Pratyayasya Avyabhicharat. Vyabhicharacha itaresham. So, Avyabhicharat, you please add Satpratyasya Vyabhicharat. Vyabhicharacha itaresham. So here, Idam Bhagavatam Matamuktam. So this is this Bhagavatam Matam. That is which is acceptable to the Lord. What is that? Na sato vidyate bhavo, na bhavo vidyate satah. That is the thing. Then Ityasmin Shloke, that is what was told earlier also. Then Sat Pratyayasya, then we had a long discussion about Ghatasan, Patasan, etc., etc. Whenever we say that something is Asti, this Asti is something which is Anusyuta, which is inherent in all these things, in all the things which come and go. This Asti, this existence, this factor called existence is something which is there in all things. Whereas the other items come and go, the objects come and go. But this idea of Asti, that Astitva is very much there in all the things. Ghatasan, Patasan, something else, Gajasan, Ashvasan, etc., etc. That Sat is always there. Only this Ghata, Pata, Ashva, Gaja, etc., they may go away. So that is what we saw. Then Satpratyayasya Avyabhicharat. Avyabhichari means unchanging. Avyabhichari, it is unchanging. Vyabhicharatcha itaresham. Itaresham vyabhicharat. That is, all other things, they keep on changing. All other things, they come and go. Whereas the Sat is remaining always. So we have now come to this Vivartavada. I will also read out this line of this sub-commentator. He says, Parishesha Nyayat Karyam Mithya iti Pakshaha Trutiyaha Nirdushtah Siddhaha Ityaha. So Parishesha Nyayat Karyam Mithya. This Karyam is something which is Mithya. Mithya means not totally unreal. We cannot say whether it is real or unreal. So that is that Mithya. It is something which is manifest in that say reality. In that reality it is something which is manifest. Then Katham Tarhi Atmanaha Avikriyatve Avisheshatah Karmanastyago Nopapadyate iti. Okay, now you are now saying that Atma is something Avikriya. Katham Tarhi Atmanaha Avikriyatve, when you say that Atma is something which is Avikriya, Atma is something which does not undergo any change, etc., etc., then why is it that renunciation of all actions is not possible? So the Purvapaksha himself is asking, or we are posing a question to ourselves. We are posing a question to ourselves. When this Atma is something which is, say, Nishkriyam and Avikriyam, when that is Avikriya, Atma is Pumlinga, Nishkriyaha, Avikriyaha, Atma, when that is so, then how is it that we are not able to renounce the actions altogether? That is the question. Katham tarhi Atmanaha Vikriyatve Asheshataha means altogether. Asheshataha Karmanaha Tyagaha na upapadyate. Why is it that you can't renounce all the actions? Now the answer is Yadi Vastubhuta Gunaha Yadiva Avidya Kalpitaha Tad Dharmaha Karma Tad Atmani Avidyaya Adhyaropitameva Adhyaropitameva iti Avidvan Nahi Kaschit Kshanamapi Asheshatah Tyaktum Shaknoti Ityuktam. Okay, Yadi Vastubhuta Gunaha. Vastubhuta means indeed real. Vastubhuta, indeed real. Vastubhuta. If they are indeed real, what? They means Gunaha. Yadi Vastubhuta Gunaha. If all these Gunaha are indeed real, or Avidya Kalpitaha. Yadi va Avidya Kalpitaha. Tad Dharmaha Karma. The karma which we are talking about is the quality, or this is the product of Tad Dharmaha. Tad Dharmaha means Gunanam Dharmaha. It is the dharma of these gunas and it is not that of Atma. Yadi Vastubhuta Gunaha Yadiva Vidya Kalpitaha Tad Dharmaha Karma. This karma is the dharma. Dharma means that is the say outcome, and that is the result of this gunaha only, and nothing to do with Atma. Then Tad Atmani Avidyaya Adhyaropitameva iti. Tat means the same karma. Tat Atmani, on this Atman or in this Atman, Avidyaya Adhyaropitameva. By ignorance it is something which is superimposed on this Atman. Iti Avidvan, that is why Avidvan. We are now talking of Avidvan, an unrealized person. Nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatu tishtatya karma kritu. Then asheshatah tyaktum shaknoti ityuktam. So this Avidvan, nahi kaschit kshanamapi asheshatah tyaktum shaknoti. So this Avidvan is one who cannot give up these actions, say altogether. Asheshatah na tyaktum shaknoti. He cannot give up all these actions, say at any time. Then Vidvanstu means, on the other hand, this Vidvan. Vidvanstu punaha Vidyaya Avidyayam Nivruttayam Shaknotyeva Asheshatah Karma Parityaktum Avidyadhyaropitasya Shesha Anupapattehe. So this Vidvan, what is the case of Vidvan? Avidyaya Vidyayam, Vidyaya Avidyayam Nivruttayam. So by this Vidya, when this Avidya gets negated or nullified, Nivruttayam, when all that gets Nivruttayam, when it gets nullified, then shaknotyeva, he becomes capable. Shaknoti eva, he becomes capable for what? Asheshatah karma parityaktum, in order to renounce the karmas altogether. Then avidyadhyaropitasya shesha anupapattehe. And whatever is avidya adhyaropitam, there is no remnant in that. You see, once avidya is gone, then all other things are gone. So in dream, suppose you are dreaming something, and then you are having a nice dream, and suddenly you wake up. When you wake up, once you wake up, then dream is no longer there. Even a small remnant is not there. So similarly, suppose you see some snake on a rope. Some rope is there, and then you perceive a snake. Suddenly you throw light and then see, oh, it is a rope only. Then after seeing that, even a small portion of the snake will not be there. Neither the tail nor any other portion of the snake will be there. So that is what is shesham. Shesham is remnant, something which is remaining. So avidyadhyaropitasya shesha anupapattehe. Shesham is something remnant. So there cannot be any remnant of sarpa on the rope. So there cannot be any remnant of some nice thing which you have seen in a dream when you wake up. So that is it. Avidya shesha anupapattehe. And he is also explaining. Nahi taimirika drushtya adhyaropitasya dvichandradehe.
Nahi taimirika drushtya adhyaropitasya
dvichandradehe timiraapagamepi sheshaha avatisthate. So taimirika drushtya, we know, some say problem of vision, some ocular, some defective vision, let us say, some defective vision, taimirika drushti we say, some defective vision, and you go to a doctor and get it rectified. And earlier, prior to that, you were seeing two chandras. You look at the moon and then you were looking at two things, two objects are seen. So now you have gone to a doctor and then it has rectified and only one chandra is seen. After that, there is no question of again something remaining. So like that. Nahi taimirika drushtya adhyaropitasya dvichandradehe. Because of taimirika drushti, there was some adhyaropa. Adhyaropa means something which was not there, you have superimposed on that. Timira apagamepi. Once that timira goes away, once that timira, the defect goes away, apagama means that is removed. Apagama is removal of that timira. Sheshaha na avatisthate. This sheshaha, this is that na has to be brought here. Sheshaha na avatisthate. There will not be anything remaining there. Then evam cha sati. Idam vachanam upapannam sarvakarmani manasa ityadi sve sve karmanyabhiratah samsiddhim labhate naraha swakarmana tamabhyarchya siddhim vindati manavaha iti cha. So evam cha sati, with all these arguments, it follows that all these lines, they become appropriate. Idam vachanam upapannam. Upapannam means all these statements stand validated, stand established. What are they? Sarva karmani manasa sanyasyaste sukham vashi, etc., etc. Sarva karmani manasa sanyasyaste. So manasa sanyasya, he may be physically doing something like a rajarshi. Sarva karmani manasa sanyasya, a rajarshi may be doing his job. But manasa, he is a sannyasi. Then sve sve karmanya bhiratah siddhim samsiddhim labhate naraha. This is what we saw just a few days ago. That is 18-45. Sve sve karmanya bhiratah samsiddhim labhate naraha. What was that samsiddhi? Jnana nishtha yogyata lakshana siddhi. For that siddhi, Shankaracharya gave a qualification. Jnana nishtha yogyata lakshana. So you are becoming eligible to get into that higher class. Higher class is Jnana class. So now with this sve sve karmanya bhiratah, by doing the assigned work, whatever has been the assigned duty, assigned by the say Shastra, and Shastra again goes by your nature. Shastra is not arbitrarily assigning. Shastra goes by your nature. Shastra sees, and then Shastra has allotted certain duties to various people. All these things has arisen only because of the Swakarma and Swadharma, etc. and Swabhava Prabhavair Gunaihi. All those things we have to take into mind. So, karmanya bhiratah samsiddhim labhate. Siddhi in that sense is not straight away jnana and moksha. It is jnana nishtha lakshana yogyata. So he is eligible to that jnana class where again he has to do some Shravana Manana etc. and then attain moksha. Then Swakarmana tamabhyarcha siddhim vindati manava. Here also Swakarmana tamabhyarcha, and work is worship, we have seen. Swakarmana tamabhyarcha siddhim vindati. A person attains siddhi. So that is what we have seen. Then now we have come to an end of this say what is this bhashyam under this say shloka. So this is a long, fairly long bhashyam where we have seen that Vedanti has not accepted the contention of this Mimamsaka, because the Mimamsaka's contention is that karma has always to be done. So the same Mimamsaka again is nothing different from Tarkika. Mimamsakas, they also use the same arguments as these Vaisheshikas do. So he has taken into consideration the argument of these Vaisheshikas, argument of these Buddhas and Bauddhas, and then again arguments of this Vaisheshika, Kanada, one and the same. And then the argument of these Sankhyas. And argument of these Sankhyas also he has negated. And the reason why he has negated also I explained. Because if we accept their explanation, then it will amount to saying that Kriya is something which is built in the Atma. Once if it is an integral part of you, you cannot give up. So our aim is to establish that Kriya is something which is different. Kriya is something which is a product of these gunas. Kriya has nothing to do with this Atma. So that is our contention. So that is what has been established in the whole discussion. So let us see the next shloka. I think I will read this shloka and then we will stop here. We will do something else. Yacha karmaja siddhihi ukta.
Yaja karmaja siddhihi ukta.
Jnana nishtha yogyata lakshana.
Jnana nishtha yogyata lakshana.
Tasyaha phalabhuta.
Tasyaha phalabhuta.
Naishkarmya siddhihi.
नैष्कर्म्य सिद्धिः
ज्ञाननिष्ठा लक्षणा च वक्तव्या इति
ज्ञाननिष्ठा लक्षणा च वक्तव्या इति
श्लोकः आरभ्यते. So this, or what I have seen, what we have seen earlier is karmaja siddhi. Karmaja siddhi means that jnana-nishtha lakshana, say jnana-nishtha yogyata lakshana siddhi. So you have come to that eligibility. You have only come to that jnana class. You have entered that jnana class. That is karmaja siddhi. Karma is only doing chitta shuddhi. Karma can only produce chitta shuddhi, and with this chitta shuddhi you can sit in that higher class. So yacha karmaja siddhi bhukta jnana-nishtha yogyata lakshana. Of course he is also repeating. Tasyaha phalabhuta. And what is the phalam of that? Phalam is naishkarmya siddhi. Naishkarmya siddhi is, that is the jnana nishtha lakshana cha. The siddhi jnana nishtha lakshana. Earlier was jnana nishtha yogyata, the eligibility to get into that. Naishkarmya siddhi is jnana nishtha lakshana. He is in that jnana nishtha. He is in that, say, perfectly settled in that jnana, that is perfectly settled in that awareness where the karmas do not touch him. He may be doing karma, he may not be doing karma. Naishkarmya siddhi does not mean that he has to totally give up karma. He may be doing karma like a Rajarshi, but then manasa sanyasya. So that position is there. So that sort of thing has to be vaktavya iti shlokaha arabhyate. I think we will do it in the next class. Though there is time, we will do it in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.